Good morning, fellow historians. Welcome to another episode of Documenting History, where our mission is to record history for future generations. And I do this by commuting to work, listening to the news. And we're currently featuring 880 WCBS News Radio in New York, which is shutting down in about a week or so.
Waterbury branch suspended because of ongoing flooding problems, and we also had some delays on PATH trains too between Newark and the World Trade Center and between Journal Square and 33rd because of a track issue at Exchange Place. Back over to Nassau, eastbound on the LIE Glencoe Road, we had a stall there. Another stall in Suffolk County at Motor Parkway. Some minor flooding, some pretty big puddles, though, on the LIE, on the exit ramp at Sags Coast Parkway. So at least part of that exit ramp is blocked. I'm Tom Kaminsky in the WCBS Traffic Center.
Oh, we're not done yet. Another round of showers and heavy thunderstorms could come in this afternoon. In between a few breaks of in the clouds. A humid day today, the high in the mid-80s.
Tonight the showers are ending early on, low mid-60s in the city and along the coast to near 60 in the suburbs.
Another morning shower tomorrow and then sunny and drier in the afternoon, high in the mid-70s. Tomorrow night clear and then a bunch of nice days after that. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday should be sunny, sunny, sunny.
We got to dry out, right? 69 degrees at last check in Central Park.
When you need to know why, when it matters most. This is WCBS 880 News.
Good morning. Soggy morning. Half foot of rain fell on parts of Connecticut and Long Island from last night's severe storm.
Connecticut Governor Ned Lamont says stay home. He says there have been about 100 rescues in the high water in the state.
Former Congressman George Santos is due in federal court today to plead guilty.
President Biden headlines day one of the Democratic National Convention in Chicago.
Secretary of State Blinken is now in Israel. He's trying to push through another ceasefire deal.
The Yankees fell to the Tigers 3-2 in the Little League Classic.
And I heard the Nets lose on WCBS yesterday.
I'm Paul Burdane.
And I'm Wayne Cabot.
On WCBS and WCBS FM, HD2, New York.
7 a.m.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Democrats hope to present a united front as the party's nominating convention kicks off in Chicago today. Vice President Harris says she takes nothing for granted.
I very much consider us the underdog. I feel like we need to earn everyone's vote.
She will officially accept the party's nomination Thursday. President Biden is tonight's keynote speaker. Correspondent Matt Piper is in Chicago.
A new CBS News poll shows the gender gap and enthusiasm are making for a tight race. Kamala Harris and GOP nominee Donald Trump are even across the battleground states that will decide the Electoral College. But now Harris has a 3-point edge nationally. Trump, for his part, keeps a lot of his advantages. He leads with people who say the economy is a major factor, and he leads with voters who say they are not doing as well financially.
Former President Donald Trump will be back on the campaign trail in Pennsylvania today. At a stop in Wilkes-Barre over the weekend, he asked supporters,
"Are you better off with Kamala and Biden than you were under President Donald J. Trump? I don't think so."
CBS News has learned New York's disgraced Republican former Congressman George Santos will plead guilty today at court on Long Island. Legal analyst Shane Rosenbaum.
In the end, he realized that he didn't have much in the way of legal defenses to the charges of money laundering, lying to Congress, and identity theft.
Santos' trial was scheduled to begin September 9th. Secretary of State Antony Blinken is back in the Middle East as optimism grows for a ceasefire in Gaza. Correspondent Cammie McCormick reports. Blinken is holding talks in Israel ahead of this week's ceasefire negotiations in Cairo.
This is the decisive moment, probably the best, maybe the last opportunity to get the hostages home, to get a ceasefire.
Shortly after he arrived at Sunday, a bomb exploded near a synagogue in Tel Aviv. Hamas has claimed responsibility. Israel overnight stepped up its strikes around Gaza City. President Volodymyr Zelensky says Ukraine's daring military incursion into Russia is intended to create a buffer zone to prevent more cross-border attacks from the Kremlin. He spoke through an interpreter.
It is now our primary task in defensive operations overall to destroy as much Russian war potential as possible and conduct maximum counter-offensive actions.
Here in the U.S., some popular chicken products are being recalled. Purdue says some of its ready-to-eat nuggets and tenders may contain pieces of metal wire. No injuries reported. The recall includes select lots of Purdue breaded tenders, ButcherBox organic breast, and Simply Smart Organics breaded nuggets. S&P futures flat. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs.
All right, that is the small snippet of today's daily news here in the New York metropolitan area. I thank every single historian who has jumped on the channel to support our mission of recording history for future generations. All right, guys, thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next episode.